How big do our hands look round the tea mugs? Because they're in front.
So they look... Ooh.
We need to hold them further back.
More delicate hands down here.
Yeah. So we're back for a tea and a chat. I think you did the last one with Alma, didn't you? Or was it with
No, it was us. It was a while ago. Yeah, it was in January.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Feels like a long time ago.
Distant memory. So quite a lot has happened.
Yeah, we're doing what we said every 2 months though, so we're kind of just about fitting in with that. 6 a year? Yeah.
Yeah, that works out.
So yeah, it just means that you're going to have to settle down with a tea to hear about what's happened and also what's coming up.
So lots of things have happened. We've got our usual list. We have to help us. So first things I think maybe to talk through are the pattern releases.
Oh yes,
they're the big things. So
big
I think
things.
when we talked last time, Pippa had just been released. So we mentioned Pippa, our lovely January dress, and then in February we had the Lillian blouse.
Now, Pippa and Lillian have been so popular.
Oh, they've been loved.
Loved.
So
I feel
nice.
like Lillian is up there with Zadie.
Yes.
As a loved pattern. Zadie's a blouse pattern as well, and I think that, you know, it's just come at a good time. She's very wearable though, because even though she's vintagey, I wear it with dungarees and really dress it down with a cardi, and it's, love it. Love it.
One of those things you can chuck on and look put together straight away.
And Pippa did really well at the Stitches show, didn't she?
Yes.
You know, we had to take her off the mannequin because we kept selling out. So yeah, it's great to see those two. And then Frankie has just come out.
Yes, yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, we had the Frankie jacket, a version of which is here behind me. So Frankie's our take on a chore jacket, sort of quite utilitarian styles, but obviously with some sew over it twists. So there's a bit of fitting in there, and there's also some more feminine details as well.
Yeah.
So
this like a little bit of a gathered sleeve, a bit more, or the curving on the pockets just makes it that bit more feminine.
A little bit softer as well. And it's got a dart in the front, and then that makes it much easier to fit as well, because I've struggled with boxy jackets before, essentially feeling a bit too boxy. But this one's just the right amount of boxy, which is nice.
I think you should say boxy one more time.
I think so. I love a boxy jacket.
Boxy, boxy, boxy. Okay, great. And I'm making a pink cord one. So this is going up next week, is this?
It's going up on Sunday.
On Sunday. So the 2 solos will be finished. I've just done part 1. Part 2, and then is tomorrow, will have been there. So if you've missed out on the sew-alongs for Frankie, you'll be able to watch them here on the channel. So yeah, I'm making myself a nice pink one for spring.
Do you think you'll be able to squeeze in some sewing time?
I know, I was just saying, what I really want are some little mice that when I go to bed, they just finish all my projects.
Like the elves and the shoemaker.
Yeah, because I start them, but I don't finish them. So I really would like some little mice just to finish things, and then I come down and there's a beautiful... So, every time I think I'm going to sew this evening, I'm so tired. I just,
it doesn't happen, I think, especially if you're out all day doing like physical stuff.
So when I'm out doing the flower farm, just in case anyone's not aware of what we're talking about, but I'm setting up a new business, and it is basically a flower farm, and I'm outside and I'm heavy lifting and out in the elements, and it's literally wonderful but so physical that I come home, I want a bath, and then I can't even watch like a film. I can't get through a film, even if we start at 8 o'clock.
That's my cut-off. If we start after 8, I'm not watching all of that.
I know, but this is so funny, because our cut-off, I remember when I was 30, my cut-off was like 9 o'clock. Now my cut-off is 8, or should be, and even then I'm falling asleep. Yeah, exactly, because like James will say, oh, Lisa, we watch a film. I'm like, no, James, it's 8:30. He's like, and we will not get through it. He's like, you will not get through at least. So sewing is not, but I think that the lighter, I'm hopeful about the lighter evenings, because I think that's another thing, like where I live, the light's not brilliant in the living room, so at night time is sort of like, my eyes are tired, and so I'm thinking maybe that the lighter evenings might, because I want to finish that Frankie.
I know, it's going to look great, it's going to look lovely. And alongside Frankie, actually, if you ever get stuck with any bits in your Frankie, you'll have the sew along that Lisa's done. But we've also filmed a couple of stitch wool tutorials.
Perfect.
So showing you how to sew the cutaway dart that runs up the jacket, and that will also work for if you're sewing Chloe, the Chloe coat as well.
Yes, yeah.
And actually, we realised that Zadie has that similar style, that dart on the shoulder of Zadie in the raglan sleeve.
Oh yes, she does. Yeah.
Actually has one as well, so it's quite a
there's
different.
other things with that. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think now. Going back through that's the way that we would add shaping on a raglan sleeve.
It sneaks in a lot more than you'd realise.
There's one in. Oh no, I thought there was the one in Lulu.
Oh, there could well be. Yeah, that sounds about right. So they'll help with all of those patterns, and also so Frankie. Obviously it's got the collar and it's got a partial collar stand, so one of those collar stands that sort of tails off rather than being a proper shirt collar stand, and they can be fiddly, they can be quite tricky to sew, but we've got a tutorial to help you with that, and that'll help with things like the Libby blouse as well.
Amazing. So those are £3 jobbies if you're not a subscriber, but if you are a subscriber, just the kind of basic subscription, you get
them for free.
Then there's like 160 now.
Oh my goodness, so many. So
many.
So I'll segue in. We had our big Stitch School release in the last couple of months was the Clone Your Clothes class.
Yes, wonderful. Everyone has been asking for something like that for years. So useful.
It's such a nice way to sort of start in thinking about pattern drafting as well. You don't think it's going to unlock that, but it really does. It sort of helps you understand patterns as a whole and also make nice clothes from your wardrobe again. But when I put that class on, I realised that is our 200th Stitch School class.
Rosie,
huge.
Why did we not have a party?
I know. Party at 300.
I was going to say, what number? I don't feel like 300,
it's still a lot.
I still think it's worthy of it. I feel like 250 though, like quarter of 1,000.
Yeah.
250.
Right.
We'll have to have some sort of party. Go for a drink.
So Clone Your Clothes is a Stitch School exclusive, so that's just for our premium subscribers. You can't buy it on its own.
Yeah, so we can't say, oh, you could get it for this price or that. You have to subscribe, which we feel is important to thank our subscribers for that loyalty.
Yeah, definitely. But if you want a taster of something bigger on Stitch School, there was the Ruby Skirt class. So if you're not sure about Stitch School and you maybe want to see what it's like and see how the sort of different ways in which we teach, there is a free class on there for the Ruby Skirt.
Free. I think this is so good because, like you say, you can understand. Also, I think it gives people a chance to see if they can learn that way.
Yeah.
Because nothing to do with the wonderful Stitch School and how it teaches. Not everybody maybe feels that they can. Let's not try and sell it on everybody. And I think that's if you're dubious and you think, I don't know if I can learn this way, and then you try it out, you're like, oh my gosh, this is life changing. I can learn so easily this way, so it's worth having a look. It'll be in the description box, everything we're talking
all
about.
the links, and even better than that, because the class is free, but the Ruby Skirt pattern is also free.
Free. Which
skirt.
I love this fabric.
This is the one I made in the class.
Love this fabric. I can't remember where you said you got it from.
I got it from Abercorn, and I've got enough for a matching top at some point. Just do a little too.
It's just the best fabric, isn't it? That's wonderful. And yes, so we've got. So now, if you sign up to our newsletter, that is what you will get, and you also get Annie.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we've been giving you Annie, which is a top for the past year or so. So we thought, well, we'll just rather than go, we'll take Annie back. We just thought we'll just give you Ruby. So if you're not on our newsletter, that's a reason to sign up. You get those free PDFs. Another reason to sign up for the newsletter as well is that we've just had our swing into spring offers. So every day of this week that's just been has been a pattern for £5.
And this should go out on Sunday though, so there's still one today only.
So
£5.
because I think, especially I think we often all rely on Instagram, social media to provide us with the information about these things, but because of the naughty algorithms that are ridiculous, we might not be appearing on your feed anymore. So the guarantee of making sure you're not missing out on these things is signing up for the newsletter, because the algorithm can't change that. Can't get to that.
No, that's true. That's true.
And often we put things out on the newsletter before we do on social media as well. So any kits and things often sell out
Yes.
after the newsletter's gone out, before it's gone on to social media. So sign up. And we promise we're not annoying as well, I should say that, because I think that's another reason why people don't sign up, because they're worried they're going to be bombarded. We won't bombard you, it's not like that. Okay. Anything? Stitch Festival? Was that it?
Yeah. That's the other big thing we've been planning for the past few months that has just happened, is that we were at the Stitch Festival again, which is, if you don't know, it's a big sort of sewing retail show, I guess.
Or I think in America they call them expos.
Expo, yes, definitely an expo, in London, and it was really great. It was really lovely.
It's just so nice to meet our customers again, and I think because we took it for granted having shops where we've met people all the time and got this direct feedback, and although we do get lovely feedback through Instagram and emails and things, there's nothing like seeing people in person and getting to meet people.
And seeing people's makes as well is just, it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's, it definitely made me, even sort of making the stand nice and making an area for people to come in, it made me miss the shops a little bit.
Yeah, you did make the stand beautiful. The stand was amazing.
Really...
So I have to say that as I'm stepping back, one thing I shan't be missing is show setup. And so Rosie did actually go, guessing you don't want to do the show setup, Lisa, but you've guessed right, Rosie. I shall rock up on day one when it's all done. And oh my goodness, thank goodness, like they did that. Jemima and Rosie, it just looked beautiful, and it was all had this incredible coding system that made it all easy.
All the patterns.
So people could come to our stand and you could just see all of our patterns, which, to be honest, makes you give a lump in the throat, I think, when you see how many patterns we've done. But then to stand there, be able to choose and then know what level they are, because that's one of the most common questions we get at the show, so that you can then know whether you'll be able to do it or not. So it's great. No, it's great. I've got you have been completely replaced by Jemima now. Yeah,
in
wonderful.
That front.
More than happy to pass on the setting up show.
All the heavy lifting.
Jemima, you basically shouldn't have done such a good job.
I
know. Okay, so that's what's been.
Mm-hmm.
What's to come?
What is to come? So what are we? We're in April. So we've
got another pattern, a lovely pattern.
We were going to say her name.
Are we? Okay. Josephine. Which obviously gives nothing away. No. All of our patterns are female names.
They are. I feel like the name Josephine definitely...
There's a Frenchness to it, and I think that I would say that I was inspired by French style when I designed this pattern. So the way that we design patterns now is some things are from my head, some things are now from Rosie's head, and some things are collaborative.
Mm-hmm.
And this one came very much from my head, which means there was a dodgy sketch that Paul really had to work from, as always. And the team were very pleasantly surprised.
We were,
when the dodgy sketch turned into this new pattern. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that one.
And we also have our spring sale coming up as well. Again, that's another thing that you'll find out about first if you're on our newsletter.
Yeah, so we always have we don't call it Easter sale, do we?
No, spring now.
Spring now, so it's called spring sale. So we always, you may have noticed, those of you that have been around for a little bit, we tend to have 3 big sales a year.
Yeah, 3
to 4.
Yeah.
Loads of things. So obviously we've got this great the swing into spring, but if there wasn't a pattern in there that was what you were, it might be worth thinking about saving your pennies for the sale.
We have actually been brainstorming today a little sneaky extra that might be within the spring sale.
Oh.
Some little treats that you might have to go hunting for, so there might be...
like an Easter egg hunt?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh,
so there'll be some...
goodness.
We'll have obviously lovely normal sale. Yeah, definitely.
What, were they going to be hidden around the site?
Something along those lines, yeah. So there'll be a bit more
an Easter egg hunt
than the normal normal sale.
That is fun. Okie dokes. And we've got a new fabric coming.
Yeah, so the people at the Stitch Festival, anyone that came to visit on the stand would have seen this already, got a sneak peek. But it will, of course, go online and be released to the world. And we're going to...
next week or two?
Yeah, it'll be a couple of weeks, time. and we're gonna start it off with some team makes.
Lovely.
To show it off.
Lovely.
And there might also be some kits
over
too.
there, I can see it. Sorry.
I'm really excited about my make for this one. I think it's really lovely.
I mean, now I can't decide which of our fabrics is my favourite, but that one definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's
perfect colour.
It's got the perfect colour.
So this is very frustrating when you can't see it at all. I know. But it's going to be great.
Yeah. And finally, big sew off.
Yes. Yeah. So
it's coming back.
Last year, we held our big sew off, which was our 24-hour sew along that we did in May last year, and I think I'm right in saying we raised 10,000 in the end.
Yeah, just not far off 10,000. Yeah,
which is amazing. And we
Mind, we should say we raised it for men. So we decided on Mind because we felt like because of the pandemic, that would be a charity that seemed particularly in need at that time, but also because we know that sewing has helped so many people with their mental health, so it felt fitting for that. So yes,
definitely. I think it's still, even though the pandemic's sort of in our memories now, it still has the same sentiment, I think. But we just wanted to let you know that it is coming back, but it's not coming back in May, because lots of flowers grow in May.
Basically.
Lisa will be very busy.
I'm very busy with the flower farm setup and the thought of, because it's not just 24 hours. It's then
so
3 days to recover.
Yeah.
Because it's like sewing for that amount of time. So we're going to do it in September. So at which point I'll be exhausted from the season. But at least I won't be at the beginning of it needing as much energy. So I'm looking forward to it. And we were talking about it actually last week because we were saying who's going to actually push on through and do the 24 hours. And who's going to be involved and where we're going to do it and all this sorts of things. So it is exciting to start talking about it again. And at this time I will be far more realistic with myself. I thought I was going to make 10 Bettys. I made 3. But I did do a weird dance.
That was great.
It was a real weird moment, which Patrick Grant said we will lose the plot at some point. When you stay up for 24 hours, you go a little bit doolally. 3 a.m. Alma sang. What's it? Not alpaca. What's it called?
Acapella.
Alma sang alpaca. What?
Acapella.
Alma sang a cappella and I did a dance, a bit more. It was a bit like some sort of movement.
Yeah, with modern dance, I'd say.
Sorry? Interpretive. There we go, interpretive dance. So, maybe that'll happen again. But yeah, it was great. So that's coming, that's good.
Yeah, and there'll be lots more things about the Big Sew Off popping up soon and throughout the year. So we'll be talking about it a lot.
Fab.
If you want to join in.
Brilliant.
But I think that's it for now.
That's it, yeah, you're released from there. There's a lot of... it was nice to catch up, though, and have a chat. It just feels sometimes like you're all there and we're chatting to you, actually. So, yeah, that's it. Great. Well, we'll see you then in a couple of months.
See you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.